Of course, the dodo replied very gravely. What else have you got in your pocket? He went on, turning to Alice. Only a thimble, said Alice sadly. Hand it over here, said the dodo. Then they all crowded round her once more, while the dodo solemnly presented the thimble, saying, "We beg your acceptance for this elegant thimble." And when it had finished the short speech, they all cheered. Yeah! Alice thought the whole thing very absurd, but they all looked so grave that she did not dare to laugh, and as she could not think of anything to say, she simply bowed and took the thimble, looking as solemn as she could. The next thing was to eat the comfits. This caused some noise and confusion, as large birds complained that they could not taste theirs, and small ones choked and had to pat it on the back. However, it was over at last, and they sat down again in a ring, and begged the mouse to tell them something more. "You promised to tell me your history, you know," said Alice. "And why it is your hate, C and D?" And she added in a whisper, half afraid that it would be offended again. "Mine is a long and a sad tale," said the mouse, turning to Alice and Sithen. "It's a long tale, certainly," said Alice, looking down with a wonder at the mouse's tail. "But why do you call it sad?" "Why you call it sad?" and kept on puzzling about it. And the mouse was speaking, so that her idea of the tale was something like this. Fairy said to a mouse that he met in the laws, "Let us both go to law. I will prosecute you. Come I will to take you the Nile. We must have a trial. For really this morning I have nothing to do," said the mouse to the cure. "Such a trial, dear sir, with no jury or the judge, would be wasting our breath. I would be judge, I would be jury, sad, cunning old fairy. I would try the whole cause and condemn you to death." "You are not attendant," said the mouse too severely. "What are you thinking of?" "I beg your pardon," said Alice very humbly. "You had to go to the fifth bend, I think." "I have not," cried the mouse sharply and very angrily. "I'm not," said Alice, always ready to make herself useful, and looking anxiously about her. "Oh, do let me help to undo it. I shall nothing of sort," said the mouse, getting up and walking away. "You insult me by taking such a nonsense. I didn't mean it," pleaded poor Alice, "but you are so easily offended, you know." The mouse only growled in reply. "Please come back and finish your history," Alice had called after it, and all the others all joined in the chorus. "Yes, please do." But the mouse only shook its head impatiently and walked a little quicker. "What a pity I wouldn't say," sighed the lorry, as soon as it was quite out of the sight. And an old crab took the opportunity of saying to her daughter, "Oh, my dear, let this be a lesson to you to never lose your temper." "Hold your tongue, ma," said the youth crab, a little snatchling. "You're enough to try the patience of an oyster." "I wish I had our Dina here." "I know you I do," said Alice aloud, addressing nobody in particular. She'd had soon fetch and beg. "And who is Dina?" "If I might venture to ask the question," said the lorry. Alice replied eagerly, for she was always ready to talk about her pet. "Dinah is our cat, and she's such a capital for one catching mice, and you can't think, and oh, I wish I could see her after the birds. Why, she will eat a little bird as soon as you look at it. Very bad cat, I mean." This speech caused a remarkable sensation among the party. Some of the birds hurried off at once. One Old Magpie began wrapping itself up very carefully, remarking, I really must be getting home. The night air doesn't suit my throat. I really must be getting home. The night air doesn't suit my throat. And a canary called out in a trembling voice to his children, come away, my dears. It's high time you were all in bed. On various pretexts, they all moved off, and Alice was soon left alone. I wish I hadn't mentioned it, Dinah, she said to herself in a melancholic tone. Nobody seems to like her down here, and I'm sure she's the best cat in our world. Oh, my dear Dinah, I wonder if I shall ever see you any more. And here poor Alice began to cry again, for she felt very lonely and low spirited. In a little while, however, she began heard a little pattering of footsteps in the distance, and she looked up eagerly, half hoping that the mouse had changed his mind and was coming back to finish his story.